Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I am doing another build for the Brindleton Baes World Collab. If you don't know what that is, a big group of simmers, including myself, got together to rebuild the entire world of Brindleton Bay that we got with the new Sims 4 Cats and Dogs Stuff Pack. So the other simmers who are in on this are Irrelephant Sims, Hey Harrie, Gavin Sim, so I should have written this down, DevonBumpkin and Simlicy and XFreezerBunny. Yay, okay. I really hope that was everyone, because if not, but yeah, I should have written it down. But now I'm all nervous that I've forgotten somebody and somebody's going to be upset with me, and I know that's not the case. Okay, I went back and checked. I got everybody. I would have cut that out, but this is like my third time starting the intro. For some reason, I keep getting like 30 seconds in and then I like crash and burn. So we're just gonna keep going now. But if you're interested in this build, you can download it off the gallery. My Origin ID is penappleYT. You can also find everybody else's builds on the gallery. Hashtags on the gallery are broken right now, so you'll have to search by their Origin IDs as well. But I'll leave that down below along with links to all of their channels and all of their videos, which you need to go binge watch right now if you haven't already. It's a requirement. No. That always happens to me. I always say something like really joking, like you have to do this, and I'm like, wait, what if someone takes me seriously? Don't take me seriously. Okay. We are already in a weird mood. If you are new to my channel, hello. I'm always like this. I really am, but I'm happy to have you guys. Let's talk about the build. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but you know, I'm probably just forgetting to talk about the build, which is why we're here, right? But anyways, so I am actually basing this build off of a real life house called the Consulate Inn. I guess it's an inn and not a house, but it is in Port Townsend, Washington, which is like the cutest little seaside Victorian town you have ever seen. I used to go there a lot when I was little with my mom. They have like a candy shop, and so we'd go there to get candy for Easter. And for Christmas sometimes too, I think. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weird right now. For some reason, like my sore throat has decided to like pop back up only in this moment. I was fine before I started recording, and now I feel like I'm fighting myself. But yeah, so I based the shape off of the Old Consulate Inn, and it's such a beautiful house. I was also going to base the color off of it. It's like this gorgeous bright red color with like green trim and stuff, but I decided that was a bit much, and I will go into a little bit more detail later, but I'll just let you know that I literally spent over an hour, like a literal 60 minutes picking out the color for this house. But anyways, I really love how this house turned out. It is so cute, and I feel like the architecture is so like whimsical, and I feel like I really nailed the Victorian vibe. Like, I think it's been kind of a while since I built a Victorian house, and like I feel like my other ones in the past have been kind of tame compared to this. And sometimes I really wish I had face cam on, because you should have seen the way my eyebrows were like bouncing up and down at the word tame for whatever reason. But yeah, I started building in Newcrest because I started building this before Cats and Dogs came out. So if you're wondering what the heck, what are we doing here, that is why. It's also before the new roofing came out, so that's why we got some old outdated roofing going on, new roofing tools. Right here I'm building the back porch, and I had this original plan of having like this narrow section lead out to a gazebo, and it would have been really cute, but the lot I picked was just a bit too small for that. And because like the narrow bit didn't look narrow enough, and then the gazebo was just too big. It was too big. You can see me here. I'm starting to work on it. I thought I'd leave it in just because I might do it later on. I thought it was a really cool idea. This was also when I figured out that the roofing for octagonal rooms, all the sides of the octagon have to be equal for the roof to cover it. You cannot have uneven octagonal roofs. So that was a bit of a bummer, to be honest. But, you know, so was also, in a way, pentagonal and hexagonal roofs, because I don't really know what to do with those. Does anyone know what to do with those? If you do, please tell me, because I am lost. Oh my gosh, I really am. But if you can hear any weird noises outside, it is raining pretty hard, because I live in Seattle, so I can't really do anything about that. If I waited until it was dry to record, oh my gosh, I wouldn't. You'd never see me ever again. But oh my gosh. Actually, fun little story. The other day I went out to go get coffee and I looked outside and I'm like, it's not raining. I should have known better. I really should have. I've lived in Washington almost my entire life. Like, I really should have known better. But like, I'm like, you know, it's not raining. I think I can just quickly hop over. You know, I didn't even put on a raincoat. I didn't grab an umbrella. Yes, I use an umbrella even though I live in Seattle and I'm a native. It's a thing. It's a thing. Apparently, if you're a native, like Seattleite, you're not supposed to use an umbrella, but it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, I love how long my stories are. You guys are like, what? How did we get here? I don't know. We're talking about coffee and rain. But yeah, so I stepped outside and it felt so weirdly heavy outside. Like, Washington doesn't usually get muggy per se. We usually kind of don't have like all that much humidity, or it doesn't really feel like it because it's so cool. But it was like the weirdest thing. Like, I could feel that a rain was coming. And so I kind of like, you know, like walked over to the cafe and everything was going good. And then like I turn around after I get my drink and I go outside and it was pouring and I don't have a rain jacket or an umbrella. And I'm just like, why? I know better than this. But anyways, that was a really long, pointless story. We are here in Brindleton Bay. I am so excited about this new world. This new world is actually a little bit odd though. Like, it's different than the other ones. Like, it's not just the grass color. It's the sunrise sunset. There, as far as I can tell on the lots that I've done, there are no super distinct sunrise sunsets, which is kind of off-putting for me because that's usually what I do the outro of my intro. That makes no sense, but you know, like the sun setting or rising or something for the dramatic effect. But no, now I've just resorted to, hey look, it's a cute dog. It's a really cute dog though. I picked a chow, and if you know me, you're probably like, but where's the pug? And the pug is just too small. Like, I love pugs a lot, but I can appreciate other dogs, and chows are majestic, so that's why that's there. But anyways, I think I will get into the coloring now because we are kind of getting close to it. Yeah. So I ended up cutting out, let's see, 6 minutes of sped up footage, which is a lot. It's a lot. And that's not even all of it. I left in just a teeny tiny bit of the coloring of this house, but I don't know. I lost my mind. The main thing is, I love how this red looks, and I will be using it at some point in the future for a Victorian house. At some point, I promise, because this is gorgeous. But I just got this like sudden intense fear that this doesn't, I felt like this doesn't match anything else that anyone's built in the collab. And so I didn't want it to be like everyone looking at all the houses like, oh my gosh, this is all so pretty, it's all so cohesive, well, except that big ugly red thing on the hill. What is that? And I know that nobody would do that because they're all really nice. And it's just the anxiety talking, but like I literally, like, I was just so petrified of it. And so I actually, like, we have like a whole group chat going, and in the group chat I asked my fellow baes like this color scheme type thing or the red. And first of all, the first answer I got was, well, maybe you should try a different roof color. And I was just like, you guys, that's not what I asked, but okay. And then like the funny thing is I should have known this going in. Well, see, because I thought going in I'd be like, hey guys, here are these two, and I thought everyone would be like hate on the red one and like absolutely hate it, and then I'd be like free to break free from the red color scheme because that's what I wanted to do, but I like was still kind of clinging to it. But then a lot of people really liked it, and then I didn't know, and then like there were just so many different opinions I should have never asked. That sounds mean, but at one point there was Gavin Sims did threaten to rage quit if I didn't pick, I think it was either white walls and a green roof are blue. So it was very dramatic for me. This whole group is just, it's so much fun. Like, you guys don't even know, like, we have this giant spreadsheet for, like, to keep everything organized, and it was just the funniest thing, in my opinion, because I did it, so, and apparently I am the funny one, so, I have been dubbed the funny one, which I accept the title with much pride, because if nothing else, I at least want to be funny. But anyways, so we have like a Google Docs spreadsheet, and so you can see people updating it in live time, and so I kind of had to open another tab, and we were like talking in the chat, you know, about like how we're gonna organize stuff, and then I start seeing somebody typing in, you know, stuff to it, and so like it just looks kind of ghostly to me, you know, some random typing, and so off on a random like little box I started typing, "Ooh, I'm a ghost." And so I was the ghost of the Google Docs, and it was just really beautiful. I crack myself up. Yes, I really do. But this, back to the build, this kitchen has a really interesting color scheme. I really like how it turned out. I also cut out, well, I didn't even film me doing some of the colors. Actually, no, I did, and I deleted the footage before I even got to the speed up stage. Like, this build was like pulling teeth at some points. Like, I really love this build. I love how it turned out. There were some easier bits, but there were also just some bits where I was just like, just work. Could you just like, could work? Like, there's one point where I spend like, oh my gosh, I ended up cutting out 30 seconds of me being indecisive about a desk chair. Like, it's actually, we're here now. This is the desk chair. Like, I just cut out all that footage. It looks like, wow, look, she picked it on the first go. How decisive. But no. No, I went through like 10 desk chairs, and it's really sad. But we'd just be here all day. Actually, I'll tell you how long we'd be here. We would be here for an hour, I think, in like 10 minutes if I didn't edit down my footage. So you're welcome. I don't know why I say that, like you guys would stick around that long. Maybe you would. I have sparkling commentary. If you like people who don't talk about the build, which is me. But I love how this little room turned out. I am in love with the color scheme. Like, this sort of like creamy white and blue, like, oh, so fantastic. I am so in love with it, and the curtains, like, it all worked so well. And so I have 2 kids' bedrooms, and they're both my favorite rooms in the entire house. And this one is the cat themed one, and the other one is the dog themed one. Although, I mean, actually you can lock out cats and dogs. I didn't know that. I was like, I wanted to try and get some shots in there with like actual like cats and dogs, you know, for cuteness factor in the intro. And I think I got 2 in there, like 2 shots, or like 3 pets total. But I found out that you can actually like cordon off areas and lock out cats or dogs or both, which is kind of sad. Understandable though. Okay. I used to have cats back when I was really little, back when I was a kid. We had 2 cats, Rose and Littleton. His name actually was Little Ton. We originally called him Littleton, but he put on a lot of weight, so we changed his name to Little Ton, which was fantastic. Fantastic joke. But before those 2 cats, my mom had Littleton the first, who was slender. We didn't end up ever calling him Littleton, but she made a pumpkin pie once and she left the house, and when she came back it had little paw prints and lick marks on the top of it. And so my mom basically she was just like, never again. And so she decided that the cats would only ever live upstairs, which, looking back, I feel like maybe was a bit of an overreaction. I feel like she could have just covered her pies, but to be fair, she made it from scratch. So that's not my, I don't know. I was baby, so don't blame me. But we had like this whole system. Like, we had a baby gate at the top of the stairs to keep the cats from going downstairs, and they're cats, so they would hop over it because duh, cats. And so then the baby gate got a giant plexiglass like cover that went like almost to the ceiling, and it was just the most ridiculous thing to keep those cats upstairs. And like looking back on it, that was my normal, but like it's so weird, I don't even know. But anyways, here we are in the second bedroom, which I also love this color scheme. I used the same coloring for the walls, but the furniture has more mint stuff in it, which is just really adorable. There's those stuffed animals that are slightly very off-putting, but I don't know, they're kind of growing on me. Maybe they're using some kind of mind control, but I want to like them, I think is the thing. And that's why I keep using them. I keep using these giant stuffed animals we got because I want to like them, but I just don't. But yeah, speaking of my mom, I got the best phone call the other day. We were just talking and she was like, so how do I find your content or like your videos? Do I have to pay for them? And I'm like, no, it's on YouTube. And she's like, oh, okay. How do I get to YouTube? And I'm just like, oh no. And so I walked her through a Google search of finding my channel, which is a little bit difficult, admittedly, because the pineapple pen whatever video comes up, which came up after I came up with my name, by the way. I'm not bitter. I'm a little bitter. And so I had to walk her through finding my channel. And then while I'm on the phone with her, she starts watching it. And I can just hear myself in the background. And well, at first I couldn't because she couldn't figure out how to turn on the volume. But then she turned on the volume and she was watching my Pug Let's Play, which you haven't seen it. Actually, maybe don't, because I go completely crazy there. But she was just watching it and like, oh my gosh, it was just the funniest thing. Oh, I've tried explaining The Sims and YouTube and what I do to my mother multiple times, but yeah, it never really sticks. Like, my mom is a very smart woman. Like, she's a psychiatrist. She went to med school, but like, bless her soul. No, it's not gonna stick. Like, I've done things like leave written instructions for how to work the VCR. Yeah. We still have a VCR at home. Anyways, I kept in footage of a bathroom. I thought it turned out really cute. There's 3 bathrooms in total. You only get to see this one, but I just really like how it turned out. It's got a little litter box, which, speaking of stories and my mom and... Wow, where is this going? I bet you guys are like, oh my gosh, where is this going? She's talking about litter boxes and her mom and stories, and now she's just like, where are we going? But, oh my gosh. Hi, if you're new. So, we had 2 cats growing up, and my mom tried to get us to do chores. It just didn't work. My brother and I were absolute brats. Like, we were terrible. I don't know how she put up with us. Oh my gosh. But I once swindled my mother into giving me $20 to clean out 2 litter boxes. That's it. $20 to literally pick up a litter box and dump it, all of its contents in the trash, and then refill it. And this was like years ago, and so $20 meant more. So like $20 is a lot now. Like, I have to work a little over, like, I think like an hour and 15 minutes to make $20, and I got that amount of money after like 5 minutes. So oh my gosh, I'm a little bit proud of this. I'm a little bit proud of this, but I'm mostly just like flabbergasted that I got away with it. And I don't do this to your parents. Just do your chores, kids. Like, it's good for you. Oh my gosh. Oh, yep. But I like the stripiness and the blue. I like the color scheme of this living room. It also gave me a little bit of trouble. This is actually what gave me the most trouble. I love these bay window seats so much that they gave us, but they only fit on in one direction. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically the way The Sims works, the diagonal walls are wider than the regular walls, and so this is set up so that the back piece is on a regular wall. So when you try and put this window seat against the like a diagonal wall, then it's not flush on the other sides. There's a gapping. So I ended up putting that there and covering up the like clipping with some stuffed animals, and it was just kind of annoying, but there you go. That's where we're at. I'm just putting the finishing touches on the kitchen, and then I hop into the landscaping, which there's quite a lot of. I still managed to cut out, again, most of it because I honestly didn't want us to be here forever, because I get tired. You guys get tired. Oh my gosh, I almost bulldozed the lot there. Like, that was really terrifying. Sometimes you'll just click the bulldoze lot button and then your heart literally stops because one wrong move and all of your work is gone. You can't get it back. That was really scary. So, you know. Oh my gosh. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Ooh, this is very unprofessional. Oh, I have a fun story to tell you. Oh, I wanted to use those like little boxes with the cotton swabs and stuff, and so I made sure to go back and do that because those things are really cute, and I haven't been able to use them in my build yet. But anyways, fun little story, completely random. I have a coworker who, well, first of all, she was talking about how her husband just got an Xbox One, and she was like, I finally gave in and let him get one. And I'm just kind of like, okay. First of all, like, let him, okay. But then she was complaining that he was keeping her up at night playing it, which is fair, you know, be considerate with your Xbox use. But my favorite part of the whole thing was she turned to me and, like, in the most shocked voice that she could possibly have, and she's like, and guess what? He got 2 games. And I'm just like, and she's like, 2 whole games. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, he can't even play them at the same time. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's not how video games, I mean, that is how video games work, but it's also not. Like, oh my gosh, she obviously is not a gamer. But it was just the funniest thing. Like, she was just like so scandalized that he would get 2 games. And that's okay. I need to stop making fun of my coworkers. It's not very nice. Now, is it? But we've gotten into the landscaping, mostly just the flower boxes. After I finally decided on the coloring for this house, I literally posted a picture to the group chat, and I'm like, I hate it. I'm done with it, but I hate it. And they're like, just throw on some flower boxes and it'll be fine. But I got so mad at this build. Like, oh my gosh, I was so done with it. I was just like, ugh. But anyways, this build only has fencing around the one half of it, which is purposeful. I don't know if that'll drive some people crazy, but I wanted this area to be more open, like right here, which is good because then you got to see the chow sitting on this bench. I don't know what it was about this bench, but my chow really loved it. Like, I don't know, it was just like adorable. And that is, I think, a really fun thing with the Sims 4 pets, is they are, I think, a lot quirkier. And because, you know, animals are like that. Animals have favorite spots that they like to be, and so this is where I would always find that chow, and I thought that was so cute. So cute. But yeah. For the landscaping, I ended up doing a trick that I don't always do. I knew I wanted the landscaping to be really lush, really like kind of Victorian garden, but also like really natural looking, and so I ended up actually mapping it out with terrain paint, which I don't usually do. Oh, also here I'm putting in a little plaque because I wanted this to be like a historical home, because they probably do this on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, basically any house that's over like 100 years old, even less than that, maybe more like over 80 years old, it gets a plaque, basically, because everything is so new over here, you know? We haven't honestly been around as long as the West Coast guys have, and so whenever we have any sort of lasting piece of architecture, we're like, oh my gosh, you guys, look, we've kept it for like 80 years, we're so proud. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to like do Port Townsend home, not just because it's like cute, but also because with the Sims 4 cats and dogs, there's been like a lot of like Hampton style going on, and I wanted to like throw in some like West Coast like beachiness, and like I just always I don't think most people think when they think of like beach town, they don't usually think of Victorian, but Port Townsend is a very adorable beach town. Really cute. If you are ever in the area, which I don't know why you would be, because okay, so we have what's called the Puget Sound in Washington. It's that like big V chunk out of the like upper left-hand corner, and so Seattle is on the east side of that V towards the bottom, and Port Townsend would be on the west side towards the top. So it takes a lot to kind of get there. So yeah. But if you're ever in the area, I don't know why you would be, but it's a really cute town. If you've ever been there, oh my gosh, please comment down below, because that would be amazing. Sometimes that happens. Like a month ago, I went to Minnesota, and I like was talking about it, and I had a subscriber who's like, I'm from Minnesota, and I was like, that's so cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. But I feel like with the new size down tool, I've really gotten into using this bush where I hadn't before, because I don't know, something about it just like, it was always like too big, but I think it really works in this build, especially being able to size it down. I thought that looked really good. But the color scheme for this is really mostly just like whites and blues and a little bit of purple, but mostly whites and blues, and I like how it turned out. I love the dogwood tree there. I think it looks so cute. Oh my gosh, but we are coming up on the end of this build. I'm so sad. I want this collab to kind of go on forever, because they're all such amazing people, and they think I'm funny, so they're perfect, right? Okay. Gosh. But yeah, it just has been such an amazing fun ride. Thanks again, you guys, for asking me to be a part of this collab. It really means the world to me. Like, oh my gosh, like I can't even right now, because I might actually like get like all the weird. Okay, we're good. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, please feel free to give me a like, a comment, or subscribe, especially if you're interested in being notified as when my next build is. I should kind of get back on schedule after this build, because it is coming out on a Saturday, and that's when I usually post my builds. So I will see you guys next Saturday. I hope you guys are all having a really great day, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.